Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kananaka Juju and I am here to inspire and walk you through, educate and walk you through what it is living with rheumatoid arthritis. So if you know of anyone who has been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis or someone who has been living with it, a caregiver to someone who has rheumatoid arthritis, or maybe your friend, your family member, or just uh, someone who's struggling with rheumatoid arthritis, please like, share and subscribe to this channel. Also, don't forget to switch on your notification button that you may be able to receive many more uh, that living with rheumatoid arthritis. So we are gonna talk about acceptance today. I Someone once approached me and asked me, Kanana, how are you so positive about life? How are you able to just accept this whole situation and just deal with it? So I'm going to talk a little bit about my acceptance journey and how I have been able to finally accept some of the things. I am still learning how to accept the others, and I'm still struggling and just don't feel like I need to accept some of the things. So we're going to talk about them today, and I hope this video is going to inspire someone and just help you transition and just help you move to the next step where you're able to manage rheumatoid arthritis and just live a happy life. Some of the things that I could not accept living with rheumatoid arthritis, I mean, for those who haven't watched my last video, I'm gonna link it to this video, and you're gonna watch my story. Maybe you're gonna get to know a little bit about me before we just move on to now our today's topic, acceptance. So what are the things that I did struggle accepting? First off, I struggled accepting that I have rheumatoid arthritis. I was such a child. I could not get it. I could not get why God, why did you just choose me of 6 children to just give me rheumatoid arthritis? So I wasn't able to just process that. I could not believe my life had been slowed down. I couldn't do many of what other children could do, so I just felt like mm-mm, mm-mm. So guys, I have lived with pretty much almost my whole life. So I had not accepted until maybe 3 years ago that I finally were able to just, just take it in, process it, and just see a way that I'm going to live with it or move forward. So there's still things, I still try to wrap my mind around the whole thing. I could not accept. So actually, when I was in primary school or even in college, I could not, you know, someone would ask me what happened, maybe with your hands. I could not openly tell them it was rheumatoid arthritis. I couldn't even let it out of my mouth because I felt like for me to say it, to say I have rheumatoid arthritis, I am acknowledging that I have rheumatoid arthritis, and I felt like me accepting this rheumatoid arthritis, this is not a good thing. Maybe if I don't accept it, it's gonna disappear at one point. But no, here we are. So I struggled with that. I also struggled with accepting to be taken care of. I always felt like a burden every time I am struggling, and I felt like solve problem for other people. So I had, now in this case, I had this problem that I could still not be able to solve. So I really, it just really worked me up that I could not be able to find a way of just getting rid of it. So, but hey, through it, like I said, you get to learn things. So I also struggled with not being able to plan 100%. 100% is, we plan to go out with my friends, we plan to go for road trips, we plan for sleepovers, we plan for things, I even plan for meetings. And then that day you wake up and your body is like, no, today I'm boss. You're not doing all those things that you had on your list. So on top of the fact that the universe also sometimes can facilitate how things don't fall in place sometimes, or I don't know, sometimes you plan for things and but they don't always come to pass as you had planned. So on top of those things that normally might happen when you're planning for those things, uh, add to the list now rheumatoid arthritis. I'm not able to plan. You have these all ideas of what you're going to do, but then you just wake up and it just it's not working out. So you sometimes I felt like I was giving excuses. I was feeling like you just have to push yourself, kajuju, like just push yourself, do it, leave the house, go to work, or go for that meeting. But nah, sometimes it's so difficult that you can't even move an inch of your feet. Like even turning in bed, you're thinking, okay, so I'm gonna stay in this position for the longest time until now you're able to So it has been really difficult, but I mean, you just live through it and you learn things, you find ways, or you learn things that you can do to be able to help you through that situation. The other thing that I struggle with is my physical inability to do some things. I could not accept that I am not physically able to do something. One day someone actually pointed out that, hey Kanana, this one you're not able to do. I really felt so bad. That was my realization day, that there are things that I cannot actually do. And there are things that people also think that I can do, but I can actually do them. So this is a story for another day. So stay tuned. I have so many stories to share with you guys. Not all bad, others are good. So others are, so just stay with me and we're gonna see many of those stories. So yes, like I said, I could not accept that my physical, I could not, was restricting me to doing some things, like me loving dancing. I love dancing. So I'll be dancing around. So I am those people. So I couldn't. There's those dance moves that would just come up, and then you're not able to do them. You keep trying, but then you cannot be able to do them because the moment you attempt, oh my god, no, you don't even attempt, because time I see Delasi, I don't know if you guys know her, but she's a dancer. So every time I see her, honestly I envision myself as her dancing, because the way she just can move. But then all those dance moves you're not able to, because your body doesn't just allow you to do such things. Who do you think you are? So, and then there are also things that as a girl, like there's those things you just would wish you can have. I wish I could wear stilettos. I wish I could wear high heel shoes that I am able to walk comfortably with them. Acceptance is accepting something or someone. So, but in this case, we're talking about accepting rheumatoid arthritis. So, I did this today because there's so many people out there feeling, no, I am not going to accept. So, let me tell you, good news is when you accept, you're able to live an even more happy life. So there are 4 ways I learned. Is it 4 or 3 ways? So just count them with me. So there are ways I learned how to accept. So first, I learned not to judge things, the situation. I learned not to look at the situation as bad or good. I learned that it is up to you actually. It's a psychological, you, or how you mentally decipher this situation for you to make it bad or good. Is it bad because other people are seeing it as bad, or is it bad because you are seeing it as bad, or is it bad and other people are seeing it as a good thing? Or so all these things, you don't allow yourself to start judging this whole situation, because the moment you do that, you're gonna judge the situation, you're gonna judge yourself, you're gonna do so many things, you're gonna take yourself so many steps back from where you want to be. Also, it, judging the whole situation, and for it to now step by step starts affecting you, now you even start suffering from self-esteem issues, anxiety, and all these things. So don't judge the situation. Just stop for a moment and look at the situation as it is. And and yeah, so the other thing is, I did learn how to ask for strength from a higher power. So higher power, I mean, I believe in God, and I believe that it is him who has enabled me to be here even today sharing my story. All I want to do is like inspire someone, for them to be able to move on from where they're stuck right now. So you ask for strength for to accept the things that you cannot do, and but I also, on top of accepting the things that I cannot do, in as much as it is so difficult to, I also ask that God gives me guidance and wisdom to be able to look at the situation in a positive way, that it doesn't start taking me steps back. So in every situation I stop, if I feel that it has come onto me so hard in a way that I'm not able to process it, so I would say breathe in and breathe out, and just try not to think about it at that particular moment, because something can escalate from 0 to 100 in a minute, and the next thing you're depressed and something. So ask for strength from a higher power. Number three, actually this one, guys, I want you to take a biro or just something, put it where you're gonna see it every day in the morning, when you wake up, or when you're preparing yourself to do something. So accepting does not mean that you've given up. It doesn't mean that you're not able. It doesn't mean that you're accepting to remain in the same position, um, the entire time. And it doesn't mean weakness. It does not. So ask for strength from a higher power. Number three, actually this one, guys, I want you to take a biro or just something, put it where you're gonna see it every day in the morning, when you wake up, or when you're preparing yourself to do something. So accepting does not mean that you've given up. It doesn't mean that you're not able. It doesn't mean that you're accepting to remain in the same position. And acceptance is also the process of acceptance is also trusting the process, trusting that this situation may not be permanent. You never know, that maybe modern technology or medicine that they will find of how to heal instead of manage rheumatoid arthritis. So don't give up just yet. I mean, we have a long life to live, and just see how it's going. So now we're on number four. Yeah. Number four is be positive and look for the good in things. So sometimes I even compare myself to other people who have long-term illnesses. This is not, rheumatoid arthritis is not a death sentence. At least you have time to manage it, to take meds and live through it. Unlike those people who are struggling with, maybe cancer, I cannot even begin to imagine the pain that those guys go through. I cannot begin to imagine those people who are living with, some serious conditions, you guys. So you really have to be very positive. Just look at things from a different perspective. And also, being alive and being able to do all these things and pushing yourself to do all these things, there is always a good that comes with that. I know you're thinking, no, you're just saying it maybe because you haven't lived it. Trust you me, I have lived through the worst situations possible. I have, I have been in situations where my family isn't able to raise money to get me through surgeries. I have been in situations that, emotionally, you just, So these are many more stories that I'm going to share with you guys. So I want, before we end this video today, I'd want you to write down those things that you're not able to accept, or the things that you're struggling to accept, and just look at the positive side of those things. Look at what good it will bring you to accept for someone to care for you. You know, you're not a burden. It brings you, it makes people come closer to you. And those that I choose not to be close to you because you're in this particular situation and they don't want to help, then let them be. They don't have to be in your life. So, but for you to be able to even coexist with people, you have to be positive. For you to be able to give out positive energy, you, whatever, you know, whatever you take in or you give out is what you receive. So every time you give out bad vibe, bad energy, you push people away. You give out positive vibe, you draw people close to you. So just try to be positive. Look at the positivity in every situation, list them down, and every time your mind starts telling you things that, you know, maybe you're not good enough, counteract it with three other things that are so good about you. You know, every time, let's say for an example, um, if you're struggling to with maybe public speaking, what do? You don't not do public speaking. You don't, you know, you don't stop yourself and say, ah, that is not for me. But you know, you're aligned to somehow find yourself in a space that you're going to speak to people, multitude of people. I struggle with that. But you don't stop. You say, you know what, I'm gonna learn ways on how to public speak. So every time a thought crosses your mind, you're thinking, you're not good at public speaking. Look at yourself. You can do this. How do you even articulate some words? Nee. Especially from where I come from, we struggle with R and L. I am from Meru, so that is a common thing. So how would you even say relationships? You're gonna say relationships or something, but no, you teach yourself on how to do these things. So every time your mind tells you something, you counteract it. You list those things down, teach yourself to be positive. Every time that you're struggling, or you say something, or you know, just struggling with the whole situation, counteract it with something, and you're gonna see the good. And the moment you accept, there is so much relief in that. There's so much relief when you accept something. There's so much relief when you let go of some things that were holding you back from living your life. So it even help you start learning new things that you didn't know about yourself. So the sooner you're able to accept, the sooner you're gonna find solutions to things, find ways to deal with situations. So guys, there's good news. You can do this, and I'm here. I am here to share with you my stories, to inspire you through the things that I have gone through, and you know how I have been able to teach myself to different things. So just push yourself, give yourself that push, nudge, and you're gonna do it. Yeah, before you know it, we're gonna be meeting somewhere, talking about these stories, sharing about things that you are struggling with, and nowadays you've let them go. So guys, yes, so that was my story for today. So if you really liked it, give the thumbs up and share and subscribe to this channel. Just share it with someone who really needed it. Even someone, you know, you might not be suffering from rheumatoid arthritis, but even in your normal day-to-day life, you struggle with some things. So please just take note of those things and try to start looking at them differently, and you're gonna live an easier life. So give it a thumbs up if it didn't, if it did inspire you, and leave a comment below of the things that you'd want us to talk about, and maybe your whole situation, the things that you're struggling to accept. And I cannot wait for next time to share with you something else. So stay tuned guys. I love you, take care, and be positive. Bye.